2006 or early 2007. I'd just started my first general manager's role. I wasn't long out of the police force. I still had self-belief, self-confidence issues, thinking, what the hell am I doing here? I've got no transferable skills. I've had some luck in a sales role, and they've thrown me into this general manager's role. I was working for a company called Tech Rentals, which was owned by TR Corporation out of Australia, which was part of a fund for Advent Capital, which was a VC fund based out of Melbourne. And it was my first real exposure to board meetings, to board reports, to P&Ls, to spreadsheets, to fucking acronyms coming out my ass that I had no idea what they meant. I can still remember my first board meeting when I was sitting in there and there were acronyms getting thrown around left, right and centre, and I was there studiously writing them down. And I was thinking everyone around the table must have thought, oh yeah, good young fella, he's making notes, and he's committed to being here, and he's really paying attention. But the reality was, I just had no fucking idea what they were talking about, and I was writing stuff down so I could search it up afterwards so I could figure out what the hell they were talking about. Ridiculous. But David Gallagher was the sales director at TR at the time, and he was the one that gave me the break. So, hey Dave, we are due a catch-up. We haven't talked for a long time, but thank you, buddy, for putting me on this path, because it's been transformational. He signed us all up to this workshop in Sydney in Australia and flew me over, and it was with this guy I'd never heard of called Verne Harnish. I was completely overwhelmed with the management of the business, with all the reporting, still hitting sales targets and everything like that. And so Verne Harnish had written and released a book called Mastering the Rockefeller Habits. And for me, that is probably the one book that has had the biggest impact on my entire life. He'd taken Jim Collins' Good to Great, which is a fantastic book, but it was very high level, and he'd done all the research and he'd distilled all of these things down that all of these massive, amazing, great companies in the US had been doing, and translated into something that was actually understandable and given step by step actions and systems and processes and things that you could put in place to effectively manage and scale your business. At that stage, he was called the growth guy. So I was very lucky to go to this workshop. And funnily enough, Naomi Simpson from Red Balloon, and now known for Shark Tank and everything like that, was at that same workshop. If only I had followed in her footsteps and followed that plan to the T, because I know every time we follow that process, we go like this. And the crux of it comes down to this one-page plan. So we did our entire vision, goals, 30-year plan, 10-year, 3 to 5 year, 1 year goals, right down to what are the 5 key things that we're going to do in the next 90 days to help us get on that path, all on one page. And for a simpleton like me, that bloody was just genius, and it worked. Then it came down to meeting rhythms and things like that, and a whole bunch of stuff that when you do it and you do it right, God, running a business becomes easy. Yeah, it's always fucking hard. But things just start working. So I'm very thankful to Mr. David Gallagher for putting me on this path. I absolutely implore you all to go out there and buy Rockefeller Habits. There is a new version out called Scaling Up. And if you're looking for a coach in New Zealand that is a certified Scaling Up coach, sing out. I can put you in touch with one. And I think it'd be a great investment for any business. And hey, if you want a copy of the version of the one-page plan that we use, sing out. I'm happy to share it and happy to talk to anybody about how we implement it and execute it. And we've even built our own program to help other businesses around it too. So that's my story about how it all began in regards to business planning and my love for the one-page plan. Have a good one.